I guess clearly your parents were probably supportive of you doing this kind of thing in Korea, doing something that you were excited about, pursuing it. So you get to the top 50 of K-pop Star, and then what happens?
So funny story, man. While I was doing K-pop Star, I saw an audition. I had an audition 3 times in Korea. All 3 times, I forgot my lyrics on stage.
Oh.
That's why I was dropped and Bola kept saving me. And then the last one, the 4th audition, is when everything was okay. I didn't forget my Korean lyrics and everything was just tip top, and like the performance was fun. But that's when they dropped me. But like back then, I was like, oh man, that's so messed up. Why would they drop me now? You know, I just got it. But now that I look back, if I had messed up the round after that, that would have been just a downfall completely from my image. So I think like my life is full of a lot of luck. I feel like my surroundings has always been so good to me, like, you know what I mean, like so on my side. Like I've never had any time where like in a very critical moment in my life have someone who tried to like cut me down. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, every time it's just I just feel like super lucky now that I look back on it again.
So you're off the show and then you go directly to DSP, or
oh yeah, the writers, she actually
introduced you guys,
linked me up to them.
Okay.
So into DSP, became a trainee, trained for 5 years, boom.
Man, was that tough? 5 years training?
Oh man, yeah, it was pretty tough. I could say now that it's tough. Like I think at the time I wasn't really thinking about it too much.
Right.
But the first 2 years, learning the language was tough. And then the year after that, learning the culture.
Right.
And then from then on, waiting to debut was the worst part of my life. Cause man, like
that's tough, dude.
I was 25, working a side job as an English teacher.
Yeah.
As a private English teacher, wondering when I'm gonna debut and if I'm gonna debut. And you know, on the side, my parents are like, "Hey, you did enough. Why don't you come back and get into psychology again?" I'm like, I don't think I'm psychologically there to study psychology. You know what I mean?
Especially like, after training for that long.
Yeah. I would have been devastated, bro. And like, you know, before you leave home, I kept telling him, "Hey, I got you on a Rolex. I got you on a gold chain. I got you on all this bling. Wait till I get rich, bro. I'm about to make a gang of money and come back, and I got all of you. Okay, we're gonna break bread." I was so excited, but reality hit. It doesn't come that easy, you know?
No, hell no, it does not come that easy.
No, so, you know, I got lucky again. The last couple years, the last couple months of my trainee days is actually when it hit the hardest, because I was in a relationship and that didn't happen too. So like everything came crashing, but like the only place I had to blame was it's because I haven't debuted yet. Just in my head, you know. She broke up with me because I can't, you know, supply anything. I got no money in my pockets. What am I gonna do when we go on dates? My parents telling me to come back, you know, all this stuff going through my head is everything was because I haven't debuted as an artist yet.
Right.
So I went to my CEO. I was like, "Hey, can I leave?" I straight up asked her. I was like, "Hey, can I leave and can I pay back you know, for the training fees and whatnot? Because you can't get out of a company that easily, you know." I was like, "Please let me leave. You know, I'm gonna work a side job while staying in Korea while trying to do music and you know, I'll pay it back little by little. Just if you could terminate the contract for me, that would be a lot of help." And then a couple months after that, she was like, "Just give me a little bit of time. Give me a little bit of time." And then boom, she put me in a group and we debuted as KARD.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
What was debuting like for you? Do you remember that day? You remember that date? I'm sure you remember your first stage.
Yep.
I'm sure you remember the song and like everything. Like the debut is a very important day.
December 19, 2016. Yeah. That was I cried after our first showcase stage.
Yeah.
Like it was in a really small like little club in Hongdae. But after I was like, ooh. Man.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
It's a start, but it's the start I've been waiting for, you know? So
oh man.
So it was good. You know, at the time I would look at my members and be like, hey man, this is the real turning point in our lives. This is where like we really start writing our legacy, you know?
Right.
So I'll never forget that day. I'll never forget it. It was awesome. I finally made it, and I'm finally closer to being able to buy all my friends Rolexes and gold chains and all that. I'm still not there yet, but I'm on my way.
We'll get there. We're
getting there.
So let's talk about it. So you debut. You guys have been putting out, you know, a few EPs, singles here and there. I think one thing that a lot of people know is that you guys have a lot of popularity outside of Korea, particularly in like Latin America, States. What has that been like?
In my head, bro, it's honestly truly been like the biggest blessing ever because I'm kind of like, it would be good to be well known in home ground, you know what I mean? Like in Korea.
Yeah.
But that's something we're working on as well right now. But being able to be recognized by people at a place where I'm comfortable in, that's a different feeling.
That's awesome, right?
You know what I mean? Like when we did tours, our first time in the States, it was mind-blowing. You see 2,000 people in the crowd, they all know who you are, but it's your first time seeing them, but they love you. And in English.
Right.
I understand you. We understand each other. Like that feeling was incredible. Yeah, I'll never forget the first time we toured. And the second time with our recent tour, like it was insane. It really makes you feel alive. You know what I mean?
Do you have a particular show or country or city that just like sticks out in your head, like that tops all of them?
Man, Chile.
Chile.
Okay. Chile is crazy. So we did a show there at a 3-story auditorium, I think. It was a 3-story venue. And towards the end of the show, all of a sudden, from the 3rd floor, there's just a waterfall of balloons.
Oh.
I was like, what? I like the choreography. I think I was turned around before right before they started doing that. Right when I turned around, it's all just like raining down on the 1st floor people. I was like, what? And the 1st floor people are just like popping them up, so it's just balloons everywhere while the waterfall of balloons is behind them. And like that was like a moment where I was like, who gets to see this?
Yeah.
You know?
Who gets to see this and do this?
Yeah. Who you know, it was for us. And that was a moment where I was it's just in my head like, let's not take this for granted ever, you know? And yeah, that was definitely another turning point where it made everything worth it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like all the training days, going through all that bull, it definitely made it worth it.
Oh, that's amazing. And congrats on all the success that you guys have been having.